Hello, my dear children. Myself, Mr. Pranay Vidyut, who is before you, representing Masterminds Educational Institutions to tell you the guest questions, of course, not exactly guest questions, the guest topics from which examiner is going to pick the questions for your advanced accounts exam. And with no more late, let us start this. Just have a visionary things, my dear children. I have given you the guest topics or guest questions in such a way that from every chapter, which topic is actually important and for how many marks there is a chance to get the same in the public examination. And if you observe, the first topic is preparation of financial statements. Preparation of financial statements, from which examiner is asking a short questions of 14 marks. Of course, he is testing preparation of balance sheet, P&L account along with notes to accounts. For 5 marks, dividend declaration rules. I mean to tell something like as per company's declaration and payment of dividend rules 2014, there are 4 conditions. Of course, theoretically 6 conditions, but for problematic 4 conditions are there. From that area, examiner is testing you a 5 marks question. Take more care. And the next chapter, buyback. Super easy chapter. But the luckiest part is that from this super easy chapter, examiner is going to pose you 7 to 10 marks, either in descriptive or even in MCQs. And mostly he is testing you from tests for buyback, like test 1, test 2, test 3, maximum number of shares that can be bought back. Be confident in that area. And the next one is dependent branches. My dear children, coming to dependent branches, Debtors method is first priority, stock and debtors method is the second priority. 5 to 7 marks is being tested. Of course, if not, they will be testing you with independent branches. And coming to independent branches, the first and foremost important thing is foreign branches. Mostly, if it is independent branches, he is testing from foreign branches itself. And if at all that is missed, then journal entries, of course including interbranch transactions ledger. But my dear children, you can comfortably take reconciliation and incorporation as choice if you did not prepare till now. And even in examination, if at all there is a question from independent branches with respect to incorporation, then we recommend you to take it as a choice, since it's a kind of advanced model for sure. And moving on to the next chapter, that's all about internal reconstruction. Of course, in internal reconstruction, it's quite common that you'll be having only journal entries, capital reduction and balance sheet. No need to prepare share surrendered as first priority. I mean to tell something like, coming to guest questions or guest topics, share surrendered is least important. So you can ignore if at all you're doing a last minute revision or something like that. And moving on to the next thing, cash flow statements. Mostly from cash flow statement, he will be testing only operating activities for 5 to 7 marks, and mostly it's from indirect method. If not, of course, he can also ask from direct method, concentrate on operating activities only. And coming to the next one, investment accounts. Take care, my dear children, equity investment, debenture investment, and of course scenario based questions, because this is an important chapter wherein if it's a scenario based question, he is asking for 5 marks, and if it is an equity investment and debenture investment separately, he is asking for 7 marks, and if it is a combined thing for equity and debenture investment, he is asking it for 14 marks. So never leave this chapter as choice. And coming to the next one, amalgamation, a sure short 14 marks question again. What is most important thing in this? Compute PC, purchase consideration in each and every problem. In each and every problem, including purchase method, merger method, or whatever kind of problems that are available, from whatever resources that are available, compute PC in each and every problem. And my dear children, PC in the problem is going to dictate the entire problem. If you have done PC wrong, your entire problem will be wrong. Out of 15 or 14, he might just allot you something like 2 or 3 marks, hardly. If your PC is wrong for the entire problem, you'll get only 2 to 3 marks. So take more care, concentrate on PC. Of course, purchase method is recommended rather than pooling of interest method. And moving on to consolidation, is 21, 23 and 27. Of course, it's all about consolidated balance sheet and consolidated P&L account. Many of the students will be preparing consolidated balance sheet and leaving consolidated P&L account, but never do that mistake. And coming to CBS and CPL, what are the elements that you have to give more focus with? And the more should be focused on dividend adjustments like pre-acquisition dividend wrongly treated as post-acquisition dividend, sale of goods upstream and downstream, of course revaluation, and a sure short 14 marks question. On age 23 and age 27, not specifically anything is important here because age 23 only one model is there. Coming to age 27, we recommend if not, after preparing everything, if enough time is there, you can go with JCO, jointly controlled operation. And still time is there, JCE. And 23 only one model is there. Just concentrate on the format. No specific problems are needed. Just concentrate on the format. But take care, my dear children. Please get the knowledge on comprehensive consolidation. I mean to tell something like comprehensive consolidation by merging associate, joint venture, holding, subsidiary. He might frame you a question. Of course, in the recent exam, September 2024, he had asked it like that. But this time, no exaggeration, even if he had taken joint venture data also. So please be careful in that area. And from now accounting standards, everything is like 4 to 7 marks. You might ask for 4 marks, 5 marks, or even for 7 marks also. Introduction to accounting standards, very important topic, nothing great. Coming to accounting standard number 1, please learn how to draft notes to accounting policies. I mean to tell something like if any change in accounting policy is there, how to draft a notes to accounts on that. Notes to accounting policies drafting is very, very important. And all the disclosure related questions. I mean to tell AS1 is disclosure of accounting policy. Specifically, you will be having 4 disclosures, right? I mean to tell all the disclosures should form part of financial statement, should not be scattered, should be at only one place. That too generally notes to accounts. All the significant accounting policies must be disclosed. And last but not least, disclosure is not a remedy for inappropriate accounting treatment. So disclosure related questions, just concentrate. Coming to accounting standard number 2, computation of closing stock is important. Coming to accounting standard number 4, please go through the full list of the standard because you will be getting some sort of comprehensive questions from AS4 and AS5 also. Get the knowledge on comprehensive questions because he might ask you pick what are adjusting events and what are non-adjusting events from AS4 and pick what are ordinary, extraordinary, period items, prior period items, changes in policies, changes in estimate. Like that, he might ask you a comprehensive question. And of course, prior period items and period items especially are important. And coming to accounting standard number 7, please concentrate on all the questions relating to provision for loss. And the next priority is with preparing contract accounts for each and every year, year 1, year 2, year 3. And of course, the next not but least, that's disclosure related problem. And coming to accounting standard number 9, please concentrate on sale of goods rather than on rendering of services and use of enterprise resources by others yielding interest, dividend and royalty. Coming to AS10, please concentrate initially at depreciation and PPE acquired through cash or credit. And of course, one more thing must be given more important, that's all about revaluation. Please concentrate even on revaluation related problematic part also and also subsequent expenditure. Next priority after these two things. Coming to AS11, foreign currency transaction including paragraph number 46A and 46A. And after the completion of these things, if you find enough time, then please go for the next priority topic in accounting standard number 11. That is all about foreign currency operations. Of course, that will be covered in independent branches and hence here it's highly enough if you have concentrated on forward exchange contracts. And coming to accounting standard number 12, please concentrate on refund of government grant and of course capital approach related problems are important. Coming to AS15, prepare all the problems from study material. Only 4 problems are there. Concentrate on those 4 problems, that's highly enough initially from AS15 because it's a typical standard and moreover institute would like to test you the same problems just with change of numbers from the institute material directly. They are not twisting actually. And coming to AS16, always it's a bouncer question, that is average expenditure on qualifying asset. How much ever you prepare, you will be getting one new bouncer model from that, but concentrate on that, gain command on that. And next is apportionment of interest, whether is it qualifying asset or not. Like you will be having the total interest and the loan is utilized for working capital purpose, construction of factory shed, purchase of truck, etc. and etc. Out of which you have to pick some assets or qualifying asset and some or not and apportion the interest. Those models are important. And age 17 only reportable segments, 5 tests, that's highly enough. Age 18 paragraph number 3, that is like who are relatives, applicability, 5 relatives are there, that's very important, like holding subsidiary, associate, joint venture, individuals who are having control or significant influence, all the 5 points are very important. And coming to age 19, sale and lease back, especially if it is operating lease, and the next priority is for finance lease. And coming to age 20, please concentrate on weighted average number of equity shares, that's the denominator computation, and dilute EPS and adjust DPS with respect to rights issue. Age 22, of course, concentrate only on the initial area, that is like when to create and when to reverse DTA and DTL. The rest of the areas like timing differences and what I mean to tell, MAT concepts, you can initially leave those things as second priority. And coming to age 24, areas which are not discontinuing operations, that is also important. And age 25, prepare SM problems, very easy problem, hardly 4 problems are there and they are like very easy, prepare those things highly enough. Coming to accounting standard number 26, amortization and research and development are important. Age 28, all the study material problems are important, and only one model is there, nothing exaggeration here, so please concentrate. And last but not least, age 29, whether create provision or not. Of course, every question is the same, but contingent liability, contingent asset could be the second priority and creation of provision is the primary priority. And also be careful with the definition. Unless and until you are sure about the definition, you can't answer the problems. And my dear children, please gain command on the provisions of accounting standards to answer MCQs and also compulsory question. How much ever we tell, if you stick on only to that preparation, only to that topics for preparation, you might not gain a rank range of marks. Of course, with these models, undoubtedly, you will be getting exemption range of marks. You might think, sir, you told everything, then why not we get exemption? But take care, some things we have left out. Take more care, it may be heavy, but it will never disappoint you if you prepare from these models especially. And please gain command on the provisions of accounting standards, because that's pretty much important to answer MCQs and a compulsory question. And my dear children, always give prior importance to the chapters and problematic accounting standards. I mean to tell all these things. Preparation of financial statements, buyback of securities, dependent branches, independent branches, internal reconstruction, and problematic related standards, that's like cash flow statement, investment accounts, amalgamation and consolidation. And my dear children, amongst all these things, you can give dependent branches and independent branches as least priority. And just prepare only the models which were given here, more than that it's not at all needed. And my dear children, by following this strategy, undoubtedly you will be getting exemption. It might be heavy, but as I said, it will never disappoint you. All the best, my dear children. Hope you have to rock in your examinations. Team Masterminds. Thank you.